So it's no secret that rappers come and go every single year. One moment an artist can be on top of the game, with everyone wanting a feature, and the next they can be completely fallen off.
What technically was falling off? You know what I'm saying? I done made 30 million. I don't gotta do. Yo, do I gotta keep making music, bro?
Well, I don't be getting this. People be like, I done made 30 million. First off, you didn't make shit. The record label made 30 million, my boy. You probably made out of 30 million, 1.5 M, which is cool. But last time I checked on this nigga, that nigga was not doing too good, chat.
I don't need to, bro. I'm rich as shit. I don't need to make music. I do it because I know I still have fans.
And with that fall off obviously comes a lot of scrutiny and public embarrassment. And the saying really is true that the quicker someone rises up, the faster they will likely fall back down to the bottom. There is a myriad of reasons for this phenomenon. For one, we obviously live in the fast food era of media, from movies to music, and even videos, and online content we digest on a daily basis. Most pieces of major media now seem to lack a certain quality they possessed in the past. And I'm not necessarily just talking about from a budget standpoint. Today things seem more rushed, more formulaic, less thought out, and moments tend to come and go faster than ever before. We live in an age of information and content overdrive, and with social media, anyone and everyone can now go viral. And every day there are millions of people desperately yearning and grinding away to try and get themselves out there. Meaning when someone does make it, there is a good chance that hundreds, if not thousands of people will try and replicate their success in some shape or form. And since most of the artists who blow up really fast do not have the fan base in place to carry them through the tough times, it's easy for these fickle fans to turn their backs on or simply stop caring about a rapper's music.
There's so many parts of that era of rap where like people got fame so fast, they were so young, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I feel like that was some of the foresight that he was saying, not even necessarily about quote unquote falling off, you know what I mean?
Facts.
So you don't think he predicted anything?
I don't think he predicted shit.
No.
It's like trying to build a house with no foundation.
Bro.
Like if one strong gust of wind comes through, or adversity in this case, well, suddenly no one is playing the music, no one is going to the shows, other artists stop hitting you up, and the industry decides they no longer want to play with you.
In terms of like not picking up phone calls, I ain't no friendly anyway though, you know what I'm saying? So that ain't had no type of effect on me. Like I barely called. I ain't called. When I was on top.
Oh yeah, and you still owe the label 5 albums, you gotta pay back the advance they gave you, which is really just a high interest loan. They now own your masters, they own your likeness, and they're taking most of the money from your tour if you can still do that, to try and recoup their investment on not only you, but 20 other failed artists before you. Not to even mention your new lifestyle and image you can no longer afford, eating away at your pockets. By the time many artists finally see this reality, it's far too late to turn back. Like even when you strike when the kettle is hot and the industry likes you, you still will likely be replaced at some point. This combined with an intense oversaturation of the music market has really affected an artist's chances of maintaining relevance for more than a couple of years.
Alright, I've been like #1 song at or like, you know, album sells this, you know, and then I put out some shit that's like I take a kind of a left turn and experiment with, you know, a different, and it doesn't hit, you know, and how fickle and how fast people can just be like, oh, he fell off, or he, you know, it's a game of, you know, you ride these waves and what altitude you're at, and the inertia required to stay at this like altitude in pop culture and pop success and any of it, you know? I mean, how long of a run can you, because it's crazy.
Now with that being said, let's talk about Ice Spice, a female rapper who took the internet by storm over the last couple of years, but more recently has seen a serious downtrend in her career, and now tens of thousands of people are unfollowing her every single day. Ice Spice is a New York rapper from the Bronx who started making music back—
You fucking lying. Day by day? Let me see. Let me go to my Insta. Day by day. Chat, I don't believe it. What's her shit on there? I don't fucking know her shit. Bro, she got 11.3 million followers. Man, that shit ain't going. Man, she done alright. She alright. Fuck. Come on, chat. Come on. Yeah, alright. I don't know. Come on, Jamari. Jamari, don't make it sound. You made it sound like a nigga was just dropping. Like, she ain't doing no disrespect upon Bruce, but at the time when he did what he did and all that stuff happened, his shit dropped. But I don't know. He probably gained this shit back. I don't know. I ain't seen his shit in a while. I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't seen that nigga in a while, chat. But yeah, let's get back to this.
Back in 2021.
How was that growing up there? Like,
It was fun. It was real fun, like, you know, fighting off crackheads and shit like that.
And over a year later, she would find herself going viral with her music video for her song Munch. This was back when TikTok was turning out #1 records on a daily basis. And for Ice Spice, that was really no different.
How much was there before Munch? And then how long did it take for things to go crazy?
So there was a couple songs before Munch. It was probably like 4 songs, I think.
From the start, she knew that her greatest asset was just that. Shaking her rump, rubbing her cooch, and rapping in that New York accent made her infamous right off the bat. When I say that, I mean some people were hating on her, a lot of people were loving her, but all that mattered was that she was finally popping off.
Growing up, I always would just like write little raps, and I never wrote like full songs though with like hooks and verses until I got a little older and I started to understand song structure more. But I always had like this like want to write, basically.
Even in promotional videos that she made before she went viral, it was beyond clear that she knew that her body was her ticket to fame. And at this point, she's one of those people who's known more for her likeness and her sex appeal than her actual music.
I feel like a lot of people think that, oh, I'm just like this like pretty girl that like posts on Instagram, but there's like millions of pretty girls that post on Instagram, and like, you know, you have to really contribute to the culture in order to like matter.
I would actually say that her existence online.
Wait. What she lied about? That shit funny as hell. She lied straight through her teeth. That shit funny as hell.
Is more like a meme than a rapper. Now, to be clear, the two do go hand in hand in her success, and she could not have one without the other. I mean, recently she was on stream with Kai Cenat. He tells her to freestyle, and guess what she does out of pure instinct?
Okay, let me hear you freestyle. Come up. Come up. Come up. Come up. Come up.
So Munch comes out, it goes viral, she signs a record deal and starts.
That shit was funny on Kyle, bro. He said freestyle, bro. She just straight twerk. Guess that's a freestyle to her in her book. What you think? What you think? The possibilities of what she. I ain't gonna lie. The way she seemed, it seemed like she wanted to be a model, and she didn't know what really came with that shit. Cause modeling, it takes a lot to become a model, bro. You got, as a girl, you gotta deal with a lot of bullshit. Certain things you gotta eat, keep your skin. I feel that, but I feel what you say. Real shit.
Showing up doing live performances where her job is strictly to get up there and shake that ass. It was at that time that she would be seen frequently.
But do you feel like her look, cause let's be honest, it's when she first came out, everybody talked about how fine she looked and about her. I ain't gonna lie, yeah, you do got a point there. I can't even argue about that. everybody did talk about how she looked and how she was shaking it crazy and shit like that. Yeah.
With Drake, and rumors of the two dating of course surfaced from there. Under the label, she would release her first EP, which featured more viral songs like Bikini Bottom, In Her Mood, Deli, and Princess Diana with her longtime idol Nicki Minaj.
When I met Nicki, right, for the first time in person, I was like at her studio and she was like doing her glam and stuff. And then
nervous?
I was nervous.
Yeah.
She came out, right?
Yeah.
And I was fine. But she came out and she looked at like my manager, James, and like Riot and stuff, and my photographer and everything. And then she came at me. And when she came to me and she hugged me, I started crying because it just felt like I cried, but I walked away. Like I didn't say anything to her. I was just like.
This EP was a pretty massive success for her. I mean, to me it all sounds like one long song, but the target audience definitely ate this up. It was like the perfect music for women, and I would think gay men, to get ratchet to. Songs about being a baddie, twerking that.
And I think gay men, that nigga funny. But I don't know. Chat, the way I look at this is, technically, like on some real shit, she's 20 years old, man. Any of that drama shit and all that shit that's going on outside, it ain't my business because she 20. She young as hell. I'm 30 years old and a 20-year-old business. And I'm talking about, like, you know, in a way of, like, you know them people that be on like, make them videos just to investigate. I don't look at this video like that though. Let's keep it real. I don't look at this video like that. So don't talk about my nigga Jamar now. But it's just how much certain shit they be knowing when they be investigating. Damn, they'll know motherfucking Social Security. Like, damn. I don't know what that motherfucker even know they own. Shit. I'm just saying shit like that. It just be some off the wall shit that you would never expect. Like picture somebody, thinking somebody investigate somebody out of nowhere, come up with some kid videos. You be like, what the fuck? What the fuck do this guy do with this? Type shit. That's all. My bad. I'm just talking about no like taking shots and none of that. It was a random topic in my head I was thinking about. Cause I don't know, random people be finding kid videos of niggas and shit like that. That's all I was thinking about. Cause who the fuck they find? Why was I thinking about that? Oh yeah, Mulatto. What's her name? Mulatto. Let me, no disrespect. I think it's Lotto. I don't give a fuck. But Lotto, they found so many kid pictures. Kid videos, her doing concerts and music videos. I'm like, god damn. She been in the game. What the fuck? She been in this music game. The fuck? I'm just keeping it real.
That ass, getting money, and things like that. Don't get me wrong, with this newfound fame also came a lot of new people who absolutely despised her.
I feel like when you're like huge, and people just gonna want you to fall, you know what I'm saying?
But either way, as long as people were talking about her and she was still going viral, I doubt either she or her label could care less. This EP was enough for the machine to be willing to pour more money into her career, and she would really hit it big with her next single.
Hey, she got proof like a motherfucker. Proof is in her motherfucking pudding, cause for real. Them kid videos and shit, I'm like, what the fuck? She been in this motherfucking game. You know what's crazy? I actually did a song when I was like young as hell. Like I wasn't even my double digit age, man. I've been built for this music shit. It's just I feel like the music don't love me. But that's another story for another episode.
Boy's a Liar, catching another viral TikTok song, and further pushing her image into the public eye. And if you needed any more evidence that Ice Spice was playing the game correctly, she would get a shout out and even a feature on a Taylor Swift song called Karma, which in the music industry is like getting LeBron to back you and say,
That was crazy. I was like, bro. I looked at how her situation is like the babies. Because let's be honest, the baby started, it's just situations started happening like, what the fuck? This nigga doing a song with J. Cole. This nigga doing a song with this person, that person, this person. Started shocking niggas. Then niggas really got shot when they was like, damn, the baby doing a song with Lil Baby. So, yeah, I felt like the way she was rising, it was the same type of... I feel like, in a way, though, in my mind, I feel like it'd be the record labels. Like, who can they get in touch with? Record label to record label conversation type shit. Because all record label owners know each other. Like, let's keep it real. They all probably be on a motherfucking yacht at a meeting talking about who's their best artist type shit. Just saying.
You're a great player who he wants on his team. The two seemingly became friendly. Taylor Swift said that she was always listening to Ice Spice's music apparently, and she was even with her at the Super Bowl doing very weird things with her hands. And it really did seem like Ice Spice would solidify herself with the release of the massive Barbie movie last year, as her second song with Nicki Minaj would be synonymous with this Barbie resurgence. This hit actually made her the first rapper to release 4 songs that reached the top 10 on the Billboard Hot 100 in the very same year, which is very hard for me to wrap my head around when we've had artists like Drake, Eminem, Lil Wayne, Akon, and DMX, amongst many others who have been absolute superstars over the years. Either way, 2023 was a great year for the ginger rapper.
They have you declaring her as the artist perfectly poised to have a breakthrough year in 2023. You feel like this is your time, this is your year?
For sure.
But 2024 so far has not been as...
That old cliche answer. I'm the type of person that'd be like, man, only God knows what's for me. I piss people off saying some shit like that. Only God knows what's for me. Shit, I don't even know. I know what I want, but only God knows what I'm gonna get. Shit. I say some shit like that, they be like, bro, what the fuck? Yes or no, nigga? They try to snatch a nigga shirt out there. Straight shot to a nigga nose. Punch a nigga nose, man. You knock a nigga motherfucking out. Knock a nigga just...
kind to her, and it has me looking at her career through the same lens that I see someone like DaBaby, just two individuals.
That's crazy. Look, and chat, I'm keeping it real with y'all. I don't watch none of these videos, so all I'm gonna say is me and Jamari like this when it comes to thought. Cause I really looked at her situation like this nigga. And I just said that. All the shit he did and how the move happened after he dropped his album. How her moves happened after she dropped her album. It's all the same. But in ways, you can't really say... In ways, I'm keeping it real. In ways, you can't really say that, like, she really did it in a way. And the reason why I said that is because, I mean, you got a point there. But the reason why I really did that is because, like, you know, it's all about the record label. The record label, once they find out the person likes and stuff and all that type of shit, they'll bring the person likes and stuff around them. And see if that person can work with off of that to make more money for them. Type shit. You know what I'm saying?
Who struck lightning in a bottle, who had their own unique sounds, and went super viral, and then super mainstream for about a year or two, and then once that newness kind of wears off, every song kind of starts to sound the same, and when aided by a little bit of controversy, they start to fall off. Now, in the name of continuing her fast food music run, she would come out with a rather prophetic lead single for her debut album, Y2K, Think You the Shit, Fart, which was a perfect way to kick off this album. Think you the shit, bitch? You not even a fart. Yes, that is the chorus to this masterpiece. And this was actually a diss towards fellow female rapper Lotto, as the two had been sending subliminal shots at each other for the last year. Talk about a joke of a song that many people likely had to approve before it came out. She actually has a ton of bars over the years about pooping. I'm the shit. I'm that bitch. I'm Miss Poopy. I'm Miss Poopy, but I never smell. An artist's debut album is definitely something that could make or break their career, and with her using this as the lead single, that led to this album selling a modest 28,000 copies.
What the fuck, chat? I Miss Poopy, but I don't smell.
Which, let's be honest, 28,000 is not that bad for an artist of her caliber, but with the backing of a major record label, and the fact that she was technically selling this album on pre-order for over 10 months before it would even come out, and then when you package that information with all this bullshit bundles artists can now count as sales once again, you'll see that the 28,000 number is very inflated. Can you guys imagine getting this shit on vinyl? Jesus Christ. The other thing is that year over year, Ice Spice has lost over 50% of her monthly listeners on Spotify, while producing her debut album in the process, meaning her old songs are now cooling off, and her new songs are not hitting like the old ones. In fact, she doesn't even look happy in her natural habitat of twerking anymore. And now with this latest mood that she has found to...
Hey, that's funny. Why she look so serious twerking? She wasn't even happy. Hey, angry twerking is crazy. I ain't never seen no shit like that. What the fuck? Her fucking face. That's crazy, Chad. So, I don't know. I don't know what to say about that. That's crazy. Like, look at her face, bro.
Are now cooling off, and her new songs are not hitting like the old ones. In fact, she doesn't even look happy in her natural habitat of twerking anymore. And now...
Who the fuck was she staring at? She was looking directly at somebody mad as fuck. You never know, chat. You never know what's going on nowadays.
With this latest feud that she has found herself in, she is losing followers and...
Facts. But, shoot, who knows? At the same time, she do got the power to change her, you know. Because who did it in L.E. Chopper? That nigga changed a lot. And it's still working for this nigga. I could play a song right now that had you like, what the fuck? And nah, she done. I thought you were about to say, nah, she done. Damn.
Fans at a massive rate. And it all really started when she decided to take a rapper named Cleo Trappa on tour with her. Basically, this Cleo person would come forward and say that Ice Spice treated her like shit during the duration of this tour.
Nobody should make you feel less than or make you feel like shit.
That's crazy. I wasn't expecting Jamari to post this. That means, damn, Chloe done hit the streets. She done let the whole world know. Damn. Hold on. Let's see. Damn.
Because they...
But crazy, he said that she lost 50% of her people on Spotify while making her album. So that situation got to be on her. But let's see this. Is her followers losing now because of this? Or let's see.
Gave you an opportunity.
The two of them had apparently been industry friends for the last couple of years, but it sounds like the extent of their relationship was mainly public appearances and content creation.
It's like every time she's like inviting me out, because we never chilled on some like chill shit, bro. Like it was never like just some chill. It was always like in the blogs the next day and the song is dropping too. So it was like, what? This girl kind of uses me for her rollouts.
She was set to open for Ice Spice, but was actually only offered this opportunity one day before the tour began, claiming that the reason Ice Spice invited her to come perform in the first place had to do with her trying to rebrand her image to make it look a certain way.
So the ending of July, I get a call from Ice very early in the morning. Cleo, come on tour with me. I miss you. Come. And I'm just like, girl, I'm not about to come on tour with you and watch you perform all month. Like, I got a nigga.
Yeah, it's because
that
of the situation.
I money. I have opportunities in New York. I have brand deals. I have things that I need to focus on. So for me to travel all over the United States with you to watch you perform kind of crazy. She's like, no, I want you to perform. And I gagged. You want me to perform? She ain't never, ever brought me out on stage.
And despite worries about the last minute invite, Ice Spice insisted that everything would be taken care of from...
who is Baby Storm?
Her travel accommodations like food and a place to stay, to her actual performances. Keep in mind, this was a strenuous, unpaid opportunity that would take months of her life. Now obviously, when someone goes on tour and opens up for another artist, it is usually a great chance for them to gain a ton of fans and exposure. So oftentimes the bigger artists will recruit someone who makes similar music to them, or at least someone who can capture a similar fan base. Like back in the day, I saw Logic and Big Sean open up for Kid Cudi, and it was amazing because I knew all three artists, and so did most of the crowd. So I'm sure Cleo saw this as a big opportunity, but apparently once she would go on the tour, the mistreatment would begin. For example, she claims that she would often be sent on stage before the show was even advertised to start, meaning she was performing to an empty venue.
Online says the show starts at 8. It would even say 9 sometimes. And guess what time I was going on? At 7:30, 7:45. I was going on before the show starts. So that's kind of weird in itself.
Now apparently this was only the tip of the iceberg on this shitty situation. She claims that she had one day to prepare for the tour.
Literally one day. So
I didn't know that. I thought, I ain't gonna lie, from the, like, hearing it from my perspective, I thought she was performing when niggas was coming in, like, you know, the gate doors open, hella people coming in type shit. But hell nah. Shit. You performing for the motherfucking staff. They got her performing for the staff, chat? She a staff performer? Nah, that's fucked up. I ain't gonna lie, that's fucked up.
So I'm just like, what do I have to pay for? Nothing. You're gonna be with me. You're good. You're gonna be with me.
She wasn't allowed to bring anyone with her, and that she wasn't even listed on the lineup. And basically it sounds like she felt like she was being treated as a second-class citizen, not having a dressing room, not having a hotel room to sleep in, and not being included in team meals while on the road.
And we just sitting on the bus. We just like, yo, like, can somebody come with us to McDonald's? Like, nobody want to walk there by themselves. We fake want a man with us. They like, oh, that's mad far. Like, nah, like, word, there's a desert, it's scary. I'm like, okay. Nobody said anything about food still. Come to find out, everybody ate. Can you believe that? Everybody ate. Guess what? They all went to a steakhouse.
Basically, it sounds like she was not part of the plan at all, and that by the end of the tour, it felt like she had overstayed her welcome. Remember, she wasn't even getting paid, and she even claims that while she was performing, her debit card was used to buy designer items behind her back, and it really just seems like the opportunity was not worth the stress, nor the time, or the effort that she was putting in, and that the opportunities she was missing out on to be there were far greater than what this had all turned into. On top of that, Ice Spice apparently stopped talking to her at all right in the middle of this tour, and basically outside of a stylist that she made friends with, she was pretty much on her own.
I didn't have a room. I was told I was going to be with her, but I didn't have a room. No room for me backstage at all. I was in her dressing room. I didn't have no rider. I was with her. I was so confused. Like, you're not being my friend, so I'm going to make more friends. Like, girl, it's like she wanted me to be miserable and alone, and it just didn't happen because that's not what God had planned for me, boo.
As some of you may know or probably don't know, I am a personal stylist, and I was hired as a backup stylist for Ice Spice Tour. And when I say everything that Cleo was saying is dead ass true, is dead ass true. The first thing that caught me off guard was when I first made it there, okay, I get with Spice, and me and her cool as hell, so we just be regularly talking about shit. I see she type got an attitude, so I asked her, like, what's up? Like, you good type shit? Like, you know, filling her out. She like, oh yeah, I'm cool, woo, woo. It's just Cleo black ass doing too much. I'm like, damn, hold up. So now I get back in the room with Ice. She on FaceTime with Riot. She letting him know, like, yeah, she doing too much. She blowing my scale. She was like, bitches gotta go. They asking for too much. Woo, woo. Bitches acting broke. Like, I'm really tired of her black ass. And I'm like, damn, like, why does she keep saying this? Like, what?
And let's be honest, guys.
Damn.
It's not rare for an opener to get...
If you got a witness, damn, it's true, chat. Damn. God damn, chat. Hold on. Cause that's crazy. Damn.
Less than preferential treatment while on tour with a bigger act. And you do hear a lot of stories about openers not even spending any time at all around the main act despite them being on tour together for months. But granted, this was apparently her friend, who she allegedly begged last minute to do this with her.
I took a step back and just made the opportunity what I could make it. But it wasn't genuine at all. Nothing that you do is genuine. Everything is calculated. Like I said, I was the token black friend. You didn't have your other best friend around because you said that she didn't match your aesthetic. Like there's something very wrong with somebody that is only friends with somebody for their aesthetic. Look how you talking to me like you was never even my friend, bro. She's just like, bro, this is why you never gonna be anywhere. This is why you never gonna get nowhere. If I was a careerless bum, why would you even bring me on tour?
Lastly, she would claim that Ice Spice has sold her soul.
So everybody hold hands. Hold hands, hold hands. Lord, thank you so much for bringing this amazing group together right now with this amazing stream and our amazing teams, Lord. We are all from the same place and we are all trying to get to the same place, which is the top. And we all want to experience different things in our lives, chat. So thank you so much for bringing all of us together. And I pray that you allow us to grow on other people, on each other. And I pray that you allow us to reach any measures in this life. And you just watch over us daily. You bless us. You allow us to bless other people with our work and our amazing craft. And you help us.
This bitch rude. What the fuck? What the fuck?
Enjoy this night. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. She would also share this text message exchange they had where she expressed her frustrations after the tour, and Ice Spice pretty much just replies in these messages that none of that was her fault and that it wasn't that deep. Later, she would even respond to these claims on a Twitter space where she had this to say.
Y'all put in laughing faces. Y'all know this is not funny. Bitch, you not gonna tell the people how we was at an Italian restaurant and you ate so much food, you fucking vacuum, that the server was like, where did the food go? Like, stop it right now. You talking about she ain't let me to the back of her room on her tour bus. She had this big ass room. Bitch, can I play with my one time?
Now this made people even more upset, and they called out Ice Spice's hypocrisy for clowning this woman for eating a lot, when many speculate that she's been off that Ozempic weight loss program. And the speculation actually got so strong that she released this, like, workout.
That's fucking crazy. Don't tell me she on that one shit that's killing people.
Weightlifting video. They really didn't prove anything. People also claim that she basically is